Hello everyone, Radicate here, bringing to you a update for the channel for the time being. I want to go over some things that have been happening since I have gotten back to YouTube and when I posted my first video for this year. The fact of the matter is, I said to myself that this year would have been the best year for me. Turns out this has been nothing but bullshit. For this year alone, this has been hard for me. As basically I was going through February of last year, let's start back from the beginning here. Your boy was in another relationship, and I was so happy to have met this person to this day, because this person helped me get through a lot. She was the one who basically accepted me for who I was, for what I did in another past relationship, which I do blame to this day is my fault. And she helped me get through a dark thing that I was going through throughout all of last year. And during my birthday, on November 23rd, I asked her out. And from then onward, we were in a relationship. Things were going quite well through the coming months, but things ended up going south after my girlfriend finished her exams for the first time and came back. The next day, we played a lot of games together. We played and platinumed It Takes Two, and we said that we would play Minecraft the next day. And when the next day came, she wanted to play Monster Hunter with her friends. I was obliged and gave her what she wanted, while I basically just sat and twiddled my thumbs and probably playing something else in the meantime, or was just watching YouTube. I got a message from her saying that, of her apologizing to me for all this, for not coming on, because apparently she saw some things that she didn't like, and her mum and dad knew something. I asked if things were okay, and then after that she left without a hitch. So then after that, that was the last time I ever heard from her at all. I was then told onwards, throughout the weekend, through Saturday and Sunday, that she was basically playing Overwatch custom games by a fellow former friend, who I'll get to in a minute. Until basically enough, I was feeling that the past was coming back to get me, and I basically removed her and another friend of mine, Justin, so I could clear my head and have some space. But once that happened, I had a power cut for 4 days. And when I came back, I kind of knew the error of my ways and was like, yeah, I kind of fucked up there. So I told her what I was going through, thinking, I think I know what might be the problem, and if it was, I know that it would be hard for you to tell me this, and I'm hoping that we can talk again, go back to where the things were. And after that I said that, and I went to bed. But when I woke up, I came to a shocking revealance that everything on her account was privatized. Her games, about me, her friends, everything. I thought at the time I was banned and shit, until I got my friend Justin and another former friend of mine to see if they could help me out. Justin wanted nothing to do with this. but Bastian said that he would do so. He contacted her out of the blue, and then got a reply a few moments after, saying basically that she had to technically break up with me because apparently her parents were forcing her to remove and delete older people. So me and a bunch of other newcomers that she added got given the axe, and she wasn't allowed to talk or play with anyone. I was heartbroken to hear this shit, and Justin and my former friend were there to basically witness that, alongside with Mama Cade, basically comforting me and telling me that shit happens. But I was heartbroken to see that, to hear that at all, because I had stuff for her for Valentine's Day, and I even had stuff for her birthday that I got with my own real money. And I spent over a whopping 150 odd pounds on her, really. Which the fault is mine, but moving on to the topic at hand. And I was basically struggling to understand on what was going on, because I didn't know anything about what was going on, only that she had to break up with me because of her father telling her to delete people, and that she saw something that she didn't like and her parents knew something. I just didn't know what the fuck was going on. So I was basically went to my friend, and I thought that we could communicate through other methods. Discord, Minecraft, Overwatch, or just a phone call away. My friend thought that that was a great idea and messaged her, but apparently she couldn't, because her parents were watching her like a hawk 24/7. Which really broke me, because again, I just didn't know what the fuck was going on. So then after that, my former friend was just telling me to just give up and stop going after her. It's clear that she doesn't want to talk to you. But I was just wanting to know what the hell was going on, because I didn't know what was going on. All I thought really was basically her mum and dad knew about our relationship and told her to stay the hell away from me. And other things that was scratching my head off was she wasn't allowed to talk to anyone. But if that was true, then why was she allowed to talk to Bastian? And if that was true, then how was she friends with Justin and some other people that were older than me? So then, after that, I was getting told to just give up, ignore her, leave her alone. And then another former friend of mine got into the mix too, and wanted to help, but I never wanted that person to help. And apparently so, they were going after and attacking my girlfriend and another friend of mine called Snoring. And Bastian was going to me saying, "Oh, you doing this because you're making her cry," and I'm like, "No, we haven't sent her after her or anyone." Then he thought that my friend Justin did it, and Justin never said anything. We both showed him proof to him, but he just wasn't buying it one bit. Wasn't until long that the bullshit started coming in. Shit like I did something to piss her off, or that she never loved me, or that she just wanted to leave without saying goodbye, just to not make me feel bad, or that she was cheating on me, or using me for my money. I didn't want to believe any of this to be true, because I genuinely loved her with all my heart and soul. But again, nothing really happened until basically I saw something about on her about me saying, "Love talking to beloved person, status unknown." And that's when I panicked and asked Sebastian if I could please talk to her and see what the fuck is going on. And Bastian was just like, "No, she doesn't want you, she doesn't love you, just fuck off, man." And so basically I had no other options than to go to Snoring and ask and tell him everything on what I've been told, and I was wondering if I could get in contact with her via him. He said no, that it wasn't his biz, and I was like, okay, but I also asked him a question, and that was if my other former friend was getting in cahoots with him and my girlfriend at the time. He said no, that wasn't true at all. So I went to Bastian and confronted him about all this crap, until basically he went to defensive mode, to showing his true colors, saying it's obvious that she doesn't want to talk to you, and you two are just basically wasting your fucking time with all of this. And he left the group, and I removed him altogether. I basically was wanting to know what the peak was going on, because I deserve at least a little bit of what the hell's going on. But he was just like telling me, no, she doesn't love you, and she never fucking will. And then that was about it. And I was basically saying, well, it's not like she's talking to you or anything. And he said that he was talking to her right that second. I didn't believe it to be true until basically then he showed me a screenshot that he was talking to her. I broke down in tears, wondering on what the peak was going on. And basically enough, it was just shocking. I went to Snoring, asked if he could basically take over my job and make this year the best year for her. He said he'd try, but he told me that he did have answers for me. There were messages sent from my girlfriend to him to send to me. And some of these screenshots made no sense, and some of them were even nearly enough pissing me off. Stuff like I knew about the whole situation. Stuff that she felt guilty, that I was doing way too much for her while she was doing very little. She thought she heard a lot of BS from Bastian. One where she thought that I thought she was using me for my money, when I never thought about that at all. And the only thing I thought about at the time was her parents knew about our relationship. That was it, and I didn't know anything else. I was happy to get the information, but along the lines I was still pissed off from what my friend told to my girlfriend. That wasn't true. So I made basically a bunch of Overwatch custom games to see if I can get in contact with her that way. But things ended up going south then and there too, because my former friend wanted to have the last laugh and thought that I was my friend that was basically sticking their nose into business, and thought that I was catfishing again. And he started spreading fucking rumors about this whole shit on Overwatch. Then when people saw my relationship and the age difference between her and myself, people then started referring to me as a pedophile. And this one would cause a big deal of hassle for these fucking months. And then after that, people thought that I was asking underage girls for fucking nudes and sexual pics to take advantage of them. More and more fucking rumors had ended up spreading about this. Different stories in different ways. People were telling me to fucking go off myself, saying that I'm a disgrace to the human race, telling me that I'm just a horrible human being. And this was hurting me a great deal, mentally. It was that hard for me that I couldn't even trust anyone. I couldn't even trust Justin nor Snoring at that given time, because I just didn't know how they felt about this whole shindig. Even many random people that came on and just knew nothing about it, I thought basically enough they were just spies sent by the people that were spreading this awful shit. And it was causing me a great deal of stress, and I was mostly at my breaking point, when all I wanted to do was to talk to Lo and clear things up with her. At that given point in time, I was also sent a video on two people really talking smack about me. It was sent to me and Justin, for Justin to see how badly people have been treating me, and for me to basically see that I should cut these two people out of my life intentionally. Which I did do that, and I thought it was basically over at that given point. But no, the pedo shit was basically still running wild. Even the guy who wanted to help me was even fucking spreading this bullshit about me. And it was hard for me to really trust anyone, even when they said, oh yeah, I don't think that you're a pedophile. I just really couldn't have trusted them. The only person I could have trusted really was Justin, because he was the only one at the time that knew all this shit went down. So, about a few days ago, I believe on Sunday, on this month, as I'm uploading this, I saw that my friend Snoring was in a group with the guy, with one of the people that were talking smack about me. So I basically went to I joined their custom game and asked what the peak was up to the guy who was basically saying all these awful stuff. He claimed that basically, oh, he never said any of this, that he basically heard it from other people. And then my friend Snoring was basically just saying, well, it's Overwatch drama, and basically you should kind of really bite it on the teeth and really just ignore it. And I'm just like, well, I wish I could, but it's still happening to this day. And then he asked, why don't you message your girlfriend about this? And I was just like, I do, but again, I don't know how she really feels in me. Because I have messaged her a bunch of times, wishing her a happy birthday, happy Valentine's Day, apologizing, saying goodbye. But with all end, I got nothing. And I just don't know why that is. And then I was saying, well, I don't know if she's with someone else, or if she's doing whatever. I just want to know what the fuck's going on, because I just want this whole pedophile shit thing to stop. To when Snoring sadly had to come in and break the bad news to me that she is now with someone else. And it was very recent too. Hearing this broke me, because basically in a way, from all the pedophile shit, from all of this, I basically couldn't fucking tell her my side of the story, or tell her anything about what the fuck was going on. Snoring did in fact message her and ask if any of these allegations about me were true. She debunked them and said that she would make a blog post about it on, I think, her Instagram or on PlayStation. I don't really know. Snoring sent me the screenshot saying if anyone calls me a pedophile, you can show them these. Because they're from the woman herself, as he basically puts it. So there was that, and the first thing I really did when I got that was unblock all the people that thought I was a pedophile and showed them the truth. None of them have really picked up the phone except from one person called Taekwondo, which later on the line understood and what I was basically going through and dealing with. And I'm still to this day upset because this is day 2 of knowing this shit, and it fucking hurts like a fucking freight train. So here's what's gonna happen for the given time. I will not be posting videos for this channel for a long time. I know this might be a lot for you guys, Homie Nation, but your man is heartbroken. And even though I can't really explain to her the truth about what the fuck happened when it came with Bastion and this situation, when I see this whole thing is just bad timing, it's just hurting me. Because there's a lot of things I just still don't get. So I won't be posting anymore for the channel for the time being, for a very long time. And as for all you dickheads that basically accused me of being a pedo, fuck you. Because you fucking said all these mean and awful shit for nothing, for a reaction, just to hurt me, or probably drive me to the point of suicide. When I want to be seen as just a nice person, not some wanker who would just go after underage girls. For what? And even though that I know a certain someone is basically still not going to care about this and still will probably be saying these awful fucking shits about me, it's just gonna be something I now have to live with for Overwatch. I will not be on Overwatch for the time being. I might pop on once or twice to probably make a custom game. But for the future of this channel, I will hopefully do the ending of Sifu, the pacifist route, at any given point in time, probably with no commentary. As for Final Fantasy X, I will continue that. I'm not going to do what I did before and just no longer do it because of another relationship matter that I have to go through. And I hope in the end, Homie Nation, you all understand that shit too. If I could prove to her via this video that this dickhead was basically lying to you, I basically would, but I don't even know if she does even watch my videos anymore. I don't know if she does anymore, or if that guy watches my videos anymore, or any people that accuse me of being a pedophile anymore. But I will show the proof that I'm not a pedophile at the end of this video, so this whole thing can stop and I hope everyone can now see me as a regular human being and not a pedophile. So that is the whole story on everything that's happened. I do apologize again for not for this and that I won't be uploading for a while. I do hope that you can understand my decision on what I'm doing. I just hope in the end I can probably maybe one day see her again and maybe clear myself up, or to probably say goodbye. When will I be back? I do not know, but before I do be ending this here, I want to thank everyone for getting this channel to 90 subscribers. But probably when we come back we may have less, even more maybe, even more. But for my 100 subscriber special I will be doing a Q&A, so if you want to ask me any question, just let me know in the comments on what you want to answer me, and I'll try to answer them in my 100 my 100 subscriber Q&A. But also, before I do, I also end things off, I want to give Snoring a thank you, and I want to give that guy a shout out. So to anyone that does watch this, please subscribe to Snoring26 and get that guy to, I don't know, 50 or even more subscribers, and comment that Raticade sent you. That would basically mean a lot, because if it wasn't for him, I just don't know how long I'd be having to deal with this bullshit, or more. But yeah, that is everything I want to go over. So if you like this video, leave a like. If you didn't, then don't. I don't give a rat's ass. And peace. TX is out. And I'll hope to see you guys also in probably the late future.